Hey everybody, this is Some Type of Artist, and welcome back to Let's Play .hack.gu. In the last episode, we did some Avatar stuff, and I don't know why I'm showing you saving, but in case you want to know what kind of hours I'm at, there you go. I totally didn't forget to cut that out of the video before I started recording this. But last time, we learned how to use our avatar, and now we're in trouble with Moontree for something both me and Pi. So, in what's going to be a continuing series of trends, we're going to go and personally meet with one of the factions in the GU series. So we've done this with Kestrel, and now we're going to go and do this with Moontree. I've also done this with Ecolo, too. I always forget, because Ecolo is, like, technically one of the factions, but it's so unimportant that I always forget about it. Oh, it's so nice.
Everyone from the Seven Council is waiting for you.
Except they're not, as we'll soon find out.
Huh?
What a weird thing for her to say.
The governing board of Moontree. It's comprised of the top 7 member officers in the guild.
So, that snob Sakaki is one of them, huh? But all the same, why were we summoned here?
Yeah, they have no governing power.
Showing your sincerity, Haseo.
It's so weird that, like, CC Corps lets Moontree get away with this kind of crap.
The Seven Council will forgive you.
Huh? Apologize? What the hell for? Why should I apologize to someone without knowing what's going on?
Don't lose your temper. Calm down. Calm down.
I may have mentioned this before, but Moontree is kind of like the Crimson Knights from .hack Sign in the first generation, if some of you may remember that. Although they weren't nearly as big enough to, like, get their own area and stuff, and contrary to Moontree, the leader of the Crimson Knights is actually incredibly tired of her job and, you know, like, reminds her squad that they are players in the game and they shouldn't take their power overboard. And that leads to one of the more interesting points in the show for me, when there's, like, kind of like a power struggle within the Crimson Knights. But you could compare them to that. They're a group of players. They're not, like, official members of CC Corp or anything like that. They're just players that are choosing to police the game. So that's always fun. It's always fun to play a video game and, you know, be the hall monitors. But, you know, whatever. To each their own, I suppose. Love that crunch, crunch, crunch of the sand.
Welcome to Moontree.
Hey, it's you!
Thank you so much for the other day.
The Antler Kid.
I'm the Guildmaster, Zelkova.
Mr. Haseo and Miss Pi, thank you so much for coming here on such short notice. Let me introduce myself. I'm Kaede. I'm terribly sorry we weren't able to thank you properly for coming to aid us the other day. Everyone present here right now is in the position of helping to manage Moontree. Moontree is comprised of 7 units. The members of the Seven Council also serve as the captains of those units. This is the Guildmaster, and also the Unit 1 captain, Master Zelkova. Sakaki of Unit 2. I am the Unit 3 captain, Kaede, and Nala is the captain of Unit 4. Hiragi is captain of Unit 5. Sephora.
I always thought it was so weird they're introducing all these characters that aren't even here. And there's, like, no reason for them not to be here.
Unfortunately, Nala, Hiragi, and Sephora could not be here today. But these 7 make up
So the whole Seven Council wasn't waiting for them, Atoli.
Master Zelkova said he wishes to properly thank you for saving him the other day. Thus, we sent Atoli to come get you.
Hey, this isn't what you said.
Well, I guess I did log into the world without reading Coyote's email very closely.
Ugh, that's just like you.
Is it, Haseo? Is that a thing that's just like Atoli?
I'm afraid this item cannot hope to express our gratitude, but please take it.
Thank you, but I wonder what the guildmaster of a guild such as Moontree would be doing in a place like that.
What, some random area? He was probably playing the game,
I
Pi.
was just there observing.
What do you mean, observing? It's all well and good that you're so curious, but consider the burden for me, who has to go with you everywhere.
I don't see a problem with it. It's fine if Master Zelkova looks around at his leisure. The rest of us are here.
You know,
We can
it
still
is a
handle
virtual
our
world
routine
after all.
tasks.
Nothing wrong with taking in the scenery.
What exactly do you mean by that, Sakaki?
Even though he may be the guildmaster, Master Zelkova is at the same time just another player. There must be times when he wishes to forget his role and play normally. I am merely suggesting that the rest of us won't have any problems supporting Moontree during those times when our guildmaster is absent. But perhaps I wasn't clear enough.
Lately, there have been rumors that the Moontree Guild is now being run entirely by Sakaki. Sakaki's followers have been going around openly saying that Zelkova is just a figurehead.
I see. So Moontree is split up into the Zelkova faction and the Sakaki faction, huh?
Haseo!
What?
What?
Haseo! You're participating in the arena tournament, right? I heard that the first round fight was great!
It was nothing.
I wish I could have seen it. I bet that your fight was really amazing.
Rumors are just rumors. There's no telling what actually happened. It was probably just a lucky victory.
Man,
Say that again.
I wish I could play video games and just have my
I'm
character
so
pick the
sorry,
gunk out of
really.
their ears.
I'm just the type who can never tell a lie.
Shut
I'm
up,
telling
you
you,
stupid
it's
yapping
just,
dog.
it's an anime.
What?
It's all it
What are you
is.
calling a dog?
You're always following Sakaki around like a helpless puppy. You couldn't look more like a dog if you tried.
Yeah, you're always doing that. I only met you once, but you're always doing that.
All right, fine. You'll find out soon enough. Because guess what? You're gonna be facing me in the next round of the tournament.
Dun dun
Whoa,
dun!
great. That's amazing. I'll be sure to come watch.
Mr. Haseo, Miss Pai, please allow me to show you the way out.
No, we'll find it ourselves.
Hey!
Rude. Yeah, so that stuff with Moontree's like faction problem. It's kind of similar to Crimson Knights as well. We'll see more of that in the next volume,
I
though.
see you haven't let your ability to anger others go to rust.
Nope.
That doesn't sound like a compliment to me.
No, it doesn't.
It's your own business if you want to go around making enemies. Let me just say, from now on, refrain from using your avatar in the arena as much as possible.
You're saying the same thing as Kun.
What I am trying to tell you is that you are drawing too much attention.
Like Gabi and Zelkova?
Not only did you become famous for your miraculous come-from-behind victory, But guild masters from the two most powerful guilds are interested in you. No telling how many eyes will be on you. Even though avatars can't be seen by normal players. You never know what might lead to someone finding out about GU.
In other words, stop doing things that could potentially draw attention to GU.
Man, if you want to stop drawing attention to GU, why don't you go find that guy that was proclaiming himself to be the leader of GU and trying to start a fight with Triad.
Get in your way of searching for Triad.
Fine, whatever. I'll think about it.
Don't just think about it, alright? You need to act on it.
Yeah.
Alright, since we're all done here, I guess I'll be leaving. See you, Haseo.
Wait, where's Atoli?
Sure.
Wasn't she with us? I guess she stayed behind or whatever.
Man, what's up with that Zelkova kid? Is he really the guildmaster for such a huge guild? What a difference from Gabi. Guess I'll log out and check my email or something.
Oh, there it is. Haven't heard it in a while. The good old, guess I'll log out and check my email or something. So the Seven Council always reminds me of the Soul Society from Bleach. Probably because I started watching Bleach and started playing GU around the same time. So the whole, organization with the captains and everything, that always reminds me of each other. Oh, right, lol. I was so focused during the battle on you and Syllabus's HP and making sure it stayed up, I didn't really feel like I fought. I guess that's what being a Harvest Cleric is all about, lol. It's so weird how lol is, like, in all caps. It's like they are trying to, like, make more real-world acronyms in some of the text here, but it's like, have you ever seen anybody that says lol in all caps? It's like, why? Dear Haseo, thank you for your blah blah blah. Go fight Matsu. Not the gist of that.
Fight with the captain of Moontree's Unit 7, huh? Guess I should go register.
Good luck! Here is a place to level up. Yeah, so Matsu, I think I mentioned it before, but since he showed up with Sakaki that one time, I guess this is like just one of those cases where first impressions just stick with me. But since I was reminded of like the captain assistant captain kind of thing in Bleach, I always thought that Matsu was like the assistant captain to Sakaki, but it's not the case. Yeah, there's not too much to check through for forums and mail and stuff like that. It's Death Grunty. Didn't know they all had to have hats on. I mean, I guess they don't have to, or maybe it's just like the quick thing. Yeah, that one's not too good. But yeah, so this is gonna be kind of a longer episode. I didn't really feel like splitting the Moontree part and then this next training area part into two different videos, because I feel like we've had enough training videos for the moment, so I thought I could make it work a little better to combine the two. It's still a little long, so if you want to just like cut out from this video where it is, I don't think anything story related is gonna happen. I understand, but this is the actual area that I go to that I mentioned a few episodes ago, where I kind of take on a higher level area than I'm ready for and end up fighting a boss all on my own because Syllabus and Atoli die. So that one is coming up here, and then we do have some new enemies too, and the people leveling up, maybe learning new abilities, blah blah blah.
It's for me?
That's there. If you just want the story, then I think that's kind of it for this episode. So just wanted to give a heads up right there. Because I know watching the training stuff isn't always the most interesting. And Lord knows we've had enough of it before. Another thing, you see the 3 and the 1 next to like the little people icons up there? Those are representing oh, I guess someone left. Anyway, those represent the people that are in the area. So if you decide to go with like hunting PKers down, or handing out like the Bickman's flyers side quests to people, you can find out if people are going to be in an area if you want to look for them, and you'll also be able to find out how many of those people you've spoken to before. So that's kind of like a neat little feature if you do want to go that route. Again, I don't really feel like it's worth it at all. But you know, if you do decide to go with it, it's there. It's always nice to start an area off with one of these saving someone from PKs, because you never know when you're going to run into one of those chaotic PKs that are like super strong and probably kill you if you're, you know, not a high level. I think my guide recommended you were level 40 before you started like taking them on. Not that you really have a choice, but I mean, I don't know. It's nice when that like the battle area thing is like right at the beginning, so you don't have to like, you know, go through an entire area and then unluckily find a chaotic PK and get killed by them like the last part of the area. Yeah, we don't. I'm not sure if I run into any chaotic PKs in this Let's Play. Actually, in this volume, I think I run into one. You definitely have to do like the dingo side quests. I don't know if we've done them. I don't even remember what side quests we've done, because I do end up doing more of them just to get like the new quests out of the way whenever I go to the quest menu for something. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with those or not. This is one of those extra armor guys, and since we're at like a low level here, these guys are gonna take a bit of a beating before we're able to do much. Now, another cool thing that I've yet to bring up, here, after Haseo does this, try to, I want Syllabus to attack something and see if you can hear the sound. I don't know if you can tell, but when Syllabus is hitting an enemy right now, it kind of sounds like it sounds different than the normal sound you would make when hitting an opponent. That is an audio indicator to let you know that the level between you and the enemy is too great, and you're not going to be doing, well, obviously you won't be doing as much damage to them, but depending on who's attacking, the enemy also won't get interrupted when it's trying to do things. Because sometimes when you're in battle, you can interrupt an enemy from attacking by, like sometimes when Haseo does like this hold thing, it'll stop what it's doing. When you do an art, like in the arena, sometimes it'll cancel out what someone's doing. A Rengeki will cancel out when an enemy is doing something. If you're making those noises against an enemy that's too high of a level for you, yeah, look at that. Look how much we went up by that. I think there was like almost 500 experience points just in that battle alone. But if you're making that sound against an enemy, that enemy is not going to like stagger or flinch or anything when you're attacking. It's just going to go straight through with its attack. So if you are going to go into a stronger level area like I am here and just kind of power through it, like be aware, like it may not be a good idea to just go through with your full like chain of attacks. You may want to consider like doing a few, and if it looks like it's about to attack, just switch immediately to blocking, like more than you should be doing to start with. Because blocking is pretty much your how you avoid taking a lot of damage in this game. I know I don't really use it too much in the beginning of the game, but you know, later on it's going to be more of a skill you want to take advantage of. Because like I mentioned before, in the earlier games, the original games of Dot Hack, you didn't go into like these battle transitions and like you're not like confined to an area or everything. You run up to an enemy and like battle mode starts, and then when it's over, it just like ends, and you know, like the map or like the whole area doesn't change at all. It's just like it's flawless. So there is like no block button or anything like that. A lot of your strategies involve like hit and run to like avoid getting attacked by enemies. And it's not like completely broken or anything. If an enemy is starting to do an attack, it will kind of lock you in place if you're near enough. So you gotta like kind of play ahead, like try to start moving away just as they're about to start attacking. Since there's nothing like that, the block button kind of becomes a big deal in this, and it's something I'm glad that's here. I've been using block a lot more in Volume 2. I think if you raise your affection with other characters, they'll start blocking attacks more too, but I'm not sure. Nobody seems to know, like, what affection does in Dot Hack, other than just, like, when you're gonna get responses to personal emails. Ooh, Atoli learned Rip Moomin. What's Rip Moomin do? I think that cures sleep. At some point, I do kind of go over skills in the menu when I just learn them, just so I can show you guys what they do. But I think that's the one that cures sleep. Not 100%, but any healing skill with Rip in the beginning basically means it's gonna restore a status condition. And let's start off by just going balls to the wall against this enemy that can't even defend itself. It's a tree. We're attacking a tree. It's terrible. Terrible thing. So Atoli and Syllabus will be around for a while, but this is the boss monster that they get attacked to. That skill used right there puts everyone to sleep. And I think it's around this point that I'm starting to realize I don't have a spell to cure sleep, and I don't have... You know, I just have whatever I found to cure sleep in my items. And I don't have... I just have that one revival medicine that I must have found somewhere. Yeah, I've been getting pretty lucky. Or, oh, it was 3. Yeah, that's one thing that I've never gotten used to in this past playthrough. Like, it's hard to see, like, the grayed out items for me when you're in your items or your skill things. I wish there was a little... I wish the background color of the menus wasn't red, or dark red, or whatever. Yeah, so that's like kind of one of the things I was talking about just here. When he was jumping, I did a skill to avoid taking damage, and I tried to do it here, but I did it too early, and I got, now everybody's asleep, and uh-oh, boom. Oh no, Atoli's still asleep. But, yeah, if you're ever, like, in a situation when you're doing a solo kind of run, or you have, like, you're just in a really tough battle, like, take some of the arena strategies with you. Like, do skills when an enemy's about to do a skill or an attack. Because enemies do have skills. They're not called anything, but, like, I consider them skills just because, like, the rules of skills kind of follow. Yeah, now we're all alone. If you see, like, the red circles under an enemy, and it looks like they're about to rush, that's when they're about to do a skill. So, do another skill when they're doing that, and it'll cancel it out. So now here, I've poisoned it, I think from the counter poison on my armor. And it's just taken away, like, a little bit at a time, but for an extended battle, I feel like that's, you know, the best time to use it. I'm gonna be avoiding that sleep attack, because that sleep attack can be, like, the pits. You know, I'll block when I can. I'll try doing the skill trigger when I can. I'll try healing when I can. It's hard, though, when you're just doing the one person. Yeah, I wasn't actually sure if I was going to make it out of this, but I thought, like, hey, I gotta try. Like, why not? Yeah, there you go. That's, like, an example of just negating an enemy's skill. Yeah, move away from that when he does that. And that's kind of the strategy, so let's let's skip through this. It's like a lot of back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But I am proud that I made it through this battle on my own for such an underprepared character. You know, I still hold that you don't really need to do any over-leveling or anything like that, but normally when I play the game, I would be using fairies, orbs, and dungeons and stuff like that, and making sure I clear an area completely of monsters, so my levels will be still pretty good. I know it may look like I'm clearing the area of all monsters this time around, but it's not always the case, especially in dungeons. Just because, you know, dot hack can get very repetitive, and again, I don't mean that as a bad thing, but it's just kind of like the fact of what it is. And so, for the purpose of the Let's Play, I am trying to, you know, rush through the game more than I normally would. Yeah, and not that this happens a lot, so I don't have complete knowledge of it, but from what I just saw on the experience screen, your other party members will get experience for a battle if they fall during it, but they're not going to get as much. I know in some RPGs it's like they won't get anything at all, or maybe in addition to not getting anything at all, the people that survive will get like their share of it. But that's just how it is in this one here. I think in the original series you didn't get any experience. A character didn't get any experience if they were dead during a battle. So to GU, I will give credit for that. It has something over the original series. Again, I don't want to keep completely shitting all over GU. There's just... I see so much potential in GU that's just not used, and it disappoints me, especially considering how much the original series meant to me. And GU meant so much to me at the time when I was playing it too, but I guess it just didn't really stand up for me now that I've kind of lost interest in like a lot of JRPGs and a lot of anime and stuff like that, and GU is so similar to, you know, that category of interests. And so, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. You don't really find King Chim Chims a lot, so it was cool that this just like randomly popped up. Did I need the Chim Spheres too? Ooh, I didn't need them, but it maxed out. One thing that can happen that doesn't happen to me in this volume, but I will let you know that it's a thing. If you're carrying too many Chim Spheres, and I'm not sure how much is too many, but I'd assume if you had, like, over 75 or so, this might be a problem. There's a chance that, a Chim Assassin will come down and try to steal some Chim Spheres away from you. You'll get, like, little red, circles under you, and they'll drop down from the ceiling, and they'll split into 3, and all you really do is just gotta kick them. It's not a big deal. But it is something else that can happen that's never done in this game. Something else that can happen, not Chimsphere related, that I don't know if I've ever seen, actually. I've only just read about it. Apparently you can find, like, a doppelganger of Haseo. I don't know how that happens or what you get from it, but it's just like... It's like Dark Link from Zelda, basically. It's just like a completely black Haseo. Like, even blacker than Haseo wears right now. And, I don't know what you get from that. I've heard you can go to, like, a certain area to have him appear, or sometimes he'll just randomly appear. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, and there's, like, unlucky animals in addition to lucky animals, too. They'll give you a negative effect when you hit them. If you're doing the lucky animal collection quest, I think you still need to, you know, kick the unlucky animal to count for the list. And I think it also counts for how many lucky animals you found in total too. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to get that last enemy group out of the way in case something bad will happen. So what's this dude do? Oh, this dude just runs away. So I guess we got off lucky there. You know, I don't run into lucky animals too much. I don't really remember what a lot of their effects are. I'd be willing to bet they just kind of be stuff like, you know, halves your HP for a couple of turns, stuff like that. I don't think there's anything as cruel as, like, giving you an instant game over. Just, you know, some more handicaps you'll find on there. But yeah, after that, I definitely wanted to stock up on some healing items, teach syllabus Repth, because I feel like that was kind of a little bit overdue since we're in the arena now, and, you know, it always helps to have somebody with an actual skill to heal, since you can't really use items in the arena. So since we're getting a little more money now, I feel like I'm at a point where I'll try to, like, start spending a little more and keeping an upgrade and keeping the up and up on items and stuff like that. Because we are past the halfway point in the game, and now it's going to be a certain time where, you know, you can't just, like, bum rush everything. You can still do that a lot, but it's nice to be prepared, as we've just seen, in case we run into a problem in an area. So, next time on .hackgu, I believe we're gonna go fight, what's his name? Who is it? Matsu? Yeah, I think we're gonna fight Matsu. Maybe, or not, I don't know. Maybe we'll do something dumb instead. See you later.